Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host and preordained, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to an innovating and amazing 1 vs 1 on Langraskaya in the north. It is SturmtigerGiap, fighting for the Oberkommand West, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role of the 2nd Panzerdivision to the south, it is IncaUna, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, the 6th Armored. We got Luftwaffe ground forces, ground offensive and breakthrough for Giap with triple infantry versus Airborne here from IncaUna. Well, with Pathfinders, 50 cals, paratroopers, M1 anti-tank guns, and the P-47 rocket straight here for IncaUna. Full gun is Coh2 start for Giap. We'll have to see, of course, we go. So also big thanks to Sam for pledging on Patreon and supporting the Mad Propagandacast with his hard-earned money. Thank you, Sam. Help me out here in these times. Also big thanks, of course, to all of my other patrons supporters, without which this episode would also not have been possible. You too can join the ranks by pledging yourself or donating. Links in the video description. Other ways to help me is just, liking, subscribing, and sharing videos. All that helps me out a bit there as well. Filtering eastwards, Coh2 Sturmtiger's going aggressively here. Looks like Giap is looking to disrupt IncaUna's early game here. With some aggressive Sturmtiger Coh2 plays versus IncaUna. Very bold play here, in fact. To the degree he's actually seemingly conceding a control of his own fuel, but he's really hoping to just gain a tactical advantage versus IncaUna with these aggressive plays, as IncaUna suddenly finds his early game, thrown a bit off track by the Germans suddenly kicking in his door very early on. Sturmtiger meanwhile used the Coh2 acting as a distractor to go for the fuel point on the west, pushing off IncaUna there. Coh2 being pushed back down to half health already. Second pulse on the way, and we got here IncaUna with a Pathfinder squad as well. Fulton just grabbing the points here next to Giap space. In the east, got Rifle moving up in the centre. Sturmtiger using about. And hiding about here. Note he's trying to use the train to basically hide anything there, though. It only works if they come from here. Obviously, if they come from... Oh, well, never mind. He pops into the building. Looks like he might have been trying to, ambush any troops moving through here, but didn't quite pan out. But it does block the opponent getting to the fuel point. Full squad heading towards the eastern fuel point there. Coh2 is in the centre. Second full squad probably up to the centre as well here. And the Sturmtiger is just buying time for the rest of Giap's forces. Since, again, with them threatening the fuel point here, it's just forcing IncaUna to dispatch a lot of forces. Giap will have to fight this engagement carefully because one mistake would easily risk losing. The Sturmtiger would, of course, be tactically quite advantageous for IncaUna, but at the same time, if he, with 300 manpower, can tie up several infantry squads, which is what he's currently doing. In fact, he's seemingly tying up entirety of IncaUna's force, which is, well, somewhere in the vicinity of 1,000 manpower, then he's actually doing quite well. There, who retreats now again, probably figuring at this point he's gotten as much out as he could. Again, he's still bought at least a couple of minutes here for just the rest of his force to do what he wants to, which is great here for Giap. That is a incredibly tactical solid move there by Giap, so thumbs up there. IncaUna definitely could perhaps have played slightly around that, but here we are. He is going for the company command post, though. That's going to be a bit tricky there for Giap. Also a bit of a rare choice here in 1 vs 1 matches. The captain is much more popular in 2 vs 2. That's not to say he's bad in 1 vs 1, but he is rarer. Rather than charging the Fulton, he's trotting away for Giap and the German army. Rather than just charging at the Fulton, it is. Can soon pop the Brandhand Grenade, but it's going to need support. There's the Coh2. Well, the Coh2 can assist, but it's not going to be quite enough here. Got the Eastern Victory Point there from under German control, so don't about lost hits to the armies. Truck out there for Giap does unlock here the Brandhand Grenade for his troops, except he is short of munitions, so I have to pop it. Partly because he had to spend the munitions on medical supplies that he helps troops. We got tank types going up to provide IncaUna with some cover there in the centre. And the captain should be ready any time now. Of course, with the Airborne, you can always just go for it, because then you're just going to land the 50 cals, of course, by airdrop. At the same time, of course, you get your troops, and then you rely on the, say, anti-tank guns and the pack counters from the company command. But it's a bit similar how some players go for the lieutenant and then use recon support, so that way give them pack howitzers. But anyway, see, truck being set up. That's going to be the Belgrade headquarters there for Giap. Interesting pick there. We'll have to see what he goes for. So the further support, there will be flak half attacks, light infantry guns, who knows. Also worth noting, the infrared half attack has been buffed a bit by having its cost reduced. There's been a video all of a sudden here, by the way. I'll have a video about this alongside this one, I believe. Or at least, in fact, a bit up before this one. So, heads up there if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah. It now is down to 3 command points, since obviously 5 of us a bit much. Captaining about T towards the center, got 40 of them being inserted with the rifle squad, the captain. At the same time, going to push him in the south from IncaUna, moving up with his rifle and Pathfinders here. Might try and flank here, Giap's force in the centre. Coh2 moving north here, could try and hit for the fuel point. Next Sturmtiger moving in. Some Heavy fighting there, and they're going to be fit for mode for Giap, as we got IncaUna flanking the full screen there with the Rifle and the Pathfinders. He's also got the take on where they're going to aircraft, and that's going to be a problem there for Giap to deal with without any tank weapons. Meanwhile, the assault continues going to the bounty of the Rifle and the Pathfinders there, going to envelop something in a sea of fire. Well, more like a small puddle of fire, but you get the idea. Things are going to turn into toast very rapidly. It's also nice to use some of the cover here. Fortunately, this is Pathfinders up close. Going to be... Well, Pathfinder's end up losing that one due to the way he suffered some damage here. Captain holding up the centre though. In the far west, we've got the Coh2. They're going for the fuel point, just disrupting it, cutting off. Very good move there by Giap. Some players try and grab the point here, but with this, he just goes straight for the fuel and denies it to IncaUna, which in this case is Giap's major concern. Less than just immediately securing it, and I'd say always like eventually secured if IncaUna does nothing at the same time, but if he does react, it's more important just to like have the opponent's fuel cut off from them and just giving you more fuel. So thumbs up there to Giap. Got the 5th column as well there for IncaUna, getting more anti-infantry firepower plus anti-light vehicles. Meanwhile, there, Giap's got probably the flak half-track here planned. That or Arcade levels will be needed as the American anti-aircraft half-track. Full something about, he could also begin adding assault rifles. Captain there taking heavy damage here. He's already very low on health though. He has to. Oh, also got the rifle score in a pretty weak condition. This could be a great opportunity for Giap, unless of course the anti-aircraft after gets then timing on the centre as well there. Yeah, those rifles in a really weak condition. Going up for the centre. How will Giap respond to this American mechanised affront to good Germanness? Western field there connected, but about to grab back there by IncaUna. Good work by IncaUna. Same time at the centre push here. MU for the full up the Americans, and the full being pinned down as well here. We got Pantrick up the Sturmpioneers. An interesting choice there by Giap. Not something we see a lot there. But it's like Kevin there from Giap, so indicating he is quite worried about that anti-aircraft half-track and any other light vehicles that IncaUna may decide to chuck at Giap. Forced to abandon positions here. Forces moving towards the western fuel point finally. A bit sluggish reaction. He might have been worried about other troops from the other side. Forces on the side here, just getting out with a half track. Up north, he routes towards the full gun leads. Note he's taking a very safe path there, so he's an easy chance just retreating there. In case of more American presence. Good move there. Then in this case, the 5th guy's going to suppress the full gun leads on this. Yeah. That's going to happen. He's going to have to retreat there. Back here, reinforcement healing for Giap. Nothing further going on the base. Got the ambulance out there for IncaUna. And we got Giap here with Luftwaffe ground forces. So it's airborne versus airborne in a sense, with the heavy fortifications, Stuka smoke reconnaissance, Fallschirmjägers, land assault, and airborne assault. Ooh, good hit from the Academy over there. Half track escapes. For now. Sturmpioneers pulling back. The Coh2's going to need some repairs. Moving out on the centre here. Reinforcing. And we force the 50 count of Pathfinders. Needs to got full against the captain there. Coh2 almost good to go there for Giap. MG34 number 2 there for Giap as well. Betsy 2 there, grab the centre point here. Up north, MD34 should be reinforcing soon. There we go. Question is, what does IncaUna go for next? I mean, I could see pan counters happening there, still quite popular. And obviously very, very good. So that could easily be a thing happening soon here for IncaUna versus Giap. Giap meanwhile might be planning some Fallschirmjägers. Of course, IncaUna calls consider some paratroop. That would be quite a good choice with other brown light machines and the Thompson submachines. They could do a lot of damage to the Giap. Giap though is going for tech. There's going to be the Shroud Planted Cord. He's going to try and push for fast mediums here versus IncaUna. A aggressive idea there. That could definitely have some nice payoff there for Giap if IncaUna is not quite fast enough to catch up. Though again, with the captain, he does have access time to tank. So can he like emergency call them in with a power drop, like if he's really worried about it? Oh no, Coh2 missed the half track. The Coh2 is going to go down to the anti-aircraft half track. 9. A tragic blow to German army morale. Meanwhile, got a nice flank here from IncaUna getting past it. Giap's left flank and going straight for the centre there. Good move by IncaUna, punishing Giap there, I think, for leaving the position, I think, too exposed. So he's doing some damage there to IncaUna's forces. Nice getting attacked from the other side there. We've got the half track. Forcing IncaUna to fall back with that one. Up north here, there's the Sturmpioneers close to 22. They could pop a concussive grenade. Got Captain moving up in the BR on there. Goes Sturmpioneers, treated Giap's grasp of the centre is further falling apart here as IncaUna ratchets up the pressure here on Giap. We got the info on the side of the house here, probably his last bastion here to have like any field presence here against IncaUna. But he's low on health already, and he's been rather slow set up, so he's going to have to fall back. Their Fultz was pinned down behind the sandbags. No cover in the end, nowhere to hide. And there you go, you fall back to get wiped here, possibly by IncaUna. Using the captains on me, and there you go, gets it! Brutal stinging blow there to Giap. We got the MU-44 nearby. Could power Banhan Grenade here if he had the munitions, but he's going for assault rifle. There you go, cancels it for the Banhan Grenade. Going for a possible wipe here with the Banhan Grenade. There we go. Ah, gets out there in time. Still, captain suffering, troops burning horribly. Troops sitting out there, Schwab Huntcourt sitting up there for Giap. Back in IncaUna's base, nothing further going on. We actually got a nice resource slot there for IncaUna, and by nice, I mean not nice. You definitely should be expending those resources onto something with a bit more applied utility against the Germans, like killing them. So, I mean, Packhouse would be a good move. Paratroops could also be a really good move. Even taking up at this point, maybe the fuel catch would be a really good move, but he definitely needs to like spend those resources. Jumping up here, nice feint by Giap, catching here, and IncaUna's push there off guard, forcing it back finally. Hell of an attempted penetrating shot there, the half check, but it does miss in the end. Troops are reinforcing. Still no medics there for Giap. Authorization done. Could consider some orbs on here with IncaUna. Bit surprised that he actually didn't go for fighting because he hadn't gone for them yet, considering the doctrine he went for. As for IncaUna, still resources there being flooded. Perhaps a bit of hesitation there. Or perhaps he just feel like he's been so successful he's not entirely sure where to take this battle. That's also a possibility there for IncaUna. There you go. Resources being spent. He is taking up. Very good. We'll try and push with fast Shermans. Could consider fuel cache to further assist that here. Versus Giap and his merry band of Krauts. Follows the routing. The West got filtering up with their victory point. Southeast John Pani's holding the line there with their Panzer and their Sturmgewehren. And Giap actually goes for the light infantry guns. He's the first going for artillery here. Which again, considering that includes the one with the captain. You'd figure he'd be the first one with artillery here, but apparently Giap gained ahead of him here. Oh, not a bad idea for Giap, just a bit surprising. Since in these situations it would typically be the American player getting out the pack cards first and just beginning to like blast German stuff into oblivion. Yet for now it seems like Giap is again pulling ahead of on the artillery race, and there you go, major out here for IncaUna. Is going for the anti-tank. He's worried about Giap going for armor, and clearly not worried about Giap going for artillery. The light Infanteriegeschütz was part of, well, most infantry battalions and Panzergrenadier battalions. They're usually organised into smaller companies, part artillery support there for the different units, so sort of the organic artillery on that level. There was also a larger version known as the Schwere Infanteriegeschütz, which had 15 centimeters, where the Panzer divisions then had, or Panzer divisions specifically, had them self-propelled. Little fun fact there. Troops being suppressed with the half track and the 50 cal there, artillery firing down the pathfinders, but not enough to take them out. They're keeping up to a good hit on the half track. Forcing it to fall back here, but still, Giap's assault in the centre is not progressing particularly smoothly. Smoke screen around here, I think, but a great move from Giap. So sort of cut the assault there, but it denied 50 cals and a half to easy fire there his troops. The same got a flank here, but it's taking heavy damage here. Rivals already very low on health there. IncaUna makes the correct choice then retreating rather than risk losing them. Troops pushing through the centre here. Another light infantry gun from Giap. Can't say I was expecting that one. Double artillery pieces. Is definitely a different strategy there from the Oberkommando West, and not certainly one I see an awful lot. I mean, again, it does mean you can put pressure on the infantry and the support weapons, and if used correctly, can be quite nasty. Plus, you can lay down significantly large smoke screens, which can support attacks or defenses. Just, you know, be a menace for IncaUna to deal with because you can't see what's going on at all. So they're firing down in the Schwerpunkt quarters. Major artillery, not so great for it. Bit of waste of munitions, to be honest, I think, by IncaUna, but I guess he just wanted to do it. Second infantry gun down there for Giap. And the second Panzerdivision. And you put up the Pathfinders captain. Could pop incendiary pistol round to increase the anti-infantry damage, plus light vehicle damage. Overall, very good ability to use here, both the Wehrmacht and the Oberkommando, and so one I always advise you to use whenever you have a chance out against enemy infantry, because again, it really packs a punch. And honestly, I think it's actually crucial to both the MG-34 and the MG-42's, like, you know, full usage, it's using that ability. Smoke down here though from Giap, I believe. Yes, indeed. Sehr good. Thumbs up. Full being used the smoke here to push your head against the 5th cal. We got another machine gun here up. That's the MG-34 picked up there from Giap. Still, Giap's assault is going somewhat well here versus IncaUna. There's obviously not coming out with some bumps there. Langraskaya setting up to have a bite again here for Giap. Back here. IncaUna is not far from Sherman, but he's actually pushing for Weapon X first. A lot of BARs. Worth noting, while both players have access to like elite infantry, in fact pretty good elite infantry with fighting much prepared, neither side has yet to really commit to it. Stands out a bit there. You'd think one of them had gone for it. I mean, the fighting mix with the FD-42s are really good, and paired with the Thompsons or Brown light machine guns are also really good. So it does stand out a bit, but there you go. Giap goes for the Panther 4 here, getting out the first Panzer. We got Schützenmeans up here by the wheelbarrow. Land guns moving about. Let's play them up a bit. This will then easily become a target for enemy artillery, getting outmaneuvered. Slowly going with that Panther 4. Back here, reinforcements, healing, and other troops lining up for another push here against Giap. Of course, no artillery here makes it harder for IncaUna to make easy pushes. Plus, you know, smoke screens will also be helpful for him against Giap. And go Bravo squad, then immediately under fire from the double light Infantiger shots. Yeah, basically having both of them barrage for like increased lethality there. Very good. Big push to the left flank with infantry. Sherman almost down there for IncaUna, but not before Giap's Panzerkampfwagen 4 Ausführung Jod is ready to face the Americans. And there you go. Ralph takes a nice hit from the light guns. 2 men die as high explosive shell goes off amongst them. But there you go. Panther 4 arriving here could throw himself in to support the flank here of the line guns, which are about to get harassed and cleared up, possibly by the American infantry. Focus was a bit dispatched here to further cover it up. That's just 1 gain there. 2 kills in that one. Almost got the 5th cal at the same time. Half taking up a bit straight to the mine by the wheelbarrow in front of the Panther switch, which finished it off there. Thumbs up to Giap. Mines, as always, can be quite crucial instruments of war and definitely paid off nicely there for Giap. So remember, mines wins wars. Now we got the Sherman up the IncaUna, adding the 5th cal there for added anti-crowd infantry. Bang bang. Anti-tank lands integrating on the flanks of the Panther 4. There's a foot going for the centre victory point here. West side is also, I think, quite a bit of a push by Giap and East here. Aviation being held down with infantry 4. Land guns there could advance a bit further here for better coverage. This looks like wires. Sherman falling back there for IncaUna. 5th cal they're done. Panther 4 hanging back, Pinham machine almost down there. Sandwich for the western victory point. Good, we got the 5th coming up there. Quick bombard position. There we go. Rapid advance for the centre. Folks there. Panther 4 opening up onto advancing armies, causing significant casualties amongst them. Sherman on the move as well. Folks on the west here. Going to be retreated here. I think it's the Sherman moves in to clear them out. Rifleman under fire. Got anti-tank up as well. The line guns continue to just hammer away. They won't begin to barrage. R1 may also soon. Both line guns now mentioned T1. Large called routed here. Back here, reinforcing healing for Giap. Down the eastern point. Large called taking heavy damage. Double pack cards from IncaUna all of a sudden. Apparently, a aggravated response hit the double line guns. He basically decides, you know what? Crowd, I can do this too. God damn. I'm being seen double pack cards as part to counter Giap's double line guns, well, just to add more pressure to infantry. So, it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. Definitely not something to see commonly. I mean, double pack cards from the Americans very common in BAM, or 2 versus 2s, but like in 1 versus 1s. Double line guns for double pack cards, I would say, is a very rare development. But, you know, always fun when these rare developments happen. But they're going to take us from the line gun. 1 is already reached version 2. More smoke barrage stuff there. Showing up, they're taking it from the Kennefer, punching straight through the frontal armor there. There's a support. Panther will get a great plus the Patrick from the Sturm Pioneers. Almost taking out the IncaUna Sherman. Can he get the kill? Ralph advanced for the got the entrance of this almost been cleared out here by all the artillery that Giap is just pouring out here. Against IncaUna's forces, Panther 4 is almost knocked out. Concussive grenade hit the troops. Artillery fire causing further casualties. Another line gun gaining virtually 2 there. Troops being suppressed here. Packard has arrived for IncaUna. The second one is almost done as well. Nope, all he could have supervised the production from the camp to speed them out even faster. That could have been a good idea there for IncaUna. Rather than they're being hammered by the light artillery. 5 kills and 2 kills. Directly on the full squad, causing significant harm and casualties. There you go, second Packards are ready there for IncaUna and the 6th Armored Division. Need to go for that MU-34 for sure. Captain under fire from the double light infantry Geschütz. Panther 4 being repaired here for Giap. Back here just reinforcing healing. You can actually go for another Panther 4 right about now, at least in a few moments. I think it'd be a pretty great idea versus IncaUna. Could possibly push him into a winning position, at least getting him a much stronger hand to work with. Captain being handled with artillery still. 3 kills and 5 kills. Until the fathers rain down the light infantry gunship from the pack howitzers. IncaUna, of course, showing Giap that he can do it too, and probably better. Try mode for Giap, so Mechanized Regiment, which could possibly indicate he's planning to go for the King Tiger already. That is an incredibly ambitious move there by Giap versus IncaUna, to put it very mildly, and could possibly prove to be a bit disastrous there, depending on how IncaUna realizes this and exploits it. Going for the center there. We got Pathfinders there being handled by German artillery. Maybe moving up there, calling the artillery on the machine gun nest. Need to get it out there. Sturmtiger Veteran Fleet, very good. There we go. Right in the nick of time there before the artillery shells come crashing down. Mostly hitting this in the building. There you go. Second shot crashes the entire thing here in the west cap. Oh, folks are pushing back the machine gun there with a pilfered BAR. Nice little upgrade there for the Germans. Sturm party to retreat. Heavy fire on the western point here. And back here, truck reinforcing healing for Giap. Still no sign of that truck being upgraded, but again, it's only a matter of time then. It's not like he has a lot of decision making to make at this point. He's got the other 2 trucks out. It's not like he can be confused like, do I go for some mechanized regiment or do I go for some mechanized regiment? Hey Helmut, what do you think? Meanwhile though, IncaUna is just adding more armor. He's going for the Jackson tank destroyer. Solid course as a Panther 4, particularly large in numbers, though perhaps not quite great for pushing an advantage now versus Giap. And of course realised that Giap was trying to go for the King Tiger. More Shermans I think would be better choices to more immediately pressure Giap here. But of course you might be worried about other things here from Giap at the moment. It's honestly a bit rarer now that people go for King Tigers in general as the upper commander vessel. It's like, you know, fair enough to, you know, not assume your opponent's going to go for that. Still firing down there. You got Veteran Fleet Light down there with 5 kills. Double pack outs are almost taking it out. Need to retreat it. And probably also the arm, which is halfway 23. Don't think he can make it out. Cool, that was incredibly close to the Giap. Units being wiped out though here, but the Americans go big flank. But there you go. Panther 4 jump punch to the rescue here. Alternating the combat blitz to decrease the rate of fire of the Panther 4. Decent shot there. Jackson moving out, entertaining as well here. Nice hit from the Panther and the captain. Again, gets good in the Sherman. Let's see the 2 gain the light Academy effort. Anti-tank artillery fire just blasting everything they got that Giap's positions. Line for guns good to go once more here for Giap. As for the pack cards of IncaUna, they got 3 and they got 5 kills already. Both veterans won some of the close to 2, which would open up for the heat barrage. Just reinforcing healing. We got there the airborne assault ready for Giap versus IncaUna.
A capture point is under attack.
Still firing down in the Fox Grenadiers. Almost wiping the entire unit.
Sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being the supply line just got cut off.
MG44 on the east side. Reasons bouncing into the MG44. Big push on the east side. Giap's right flank is in a pretty bad spot. He's calling the airborne assault to deal with this. Indicating I think a sense of desperation by Giap that is willing to spend his munitions on this just to help deal with the infantry, but himself more time to counter. He's got to push in the centre by IncaUna as well. Gotta wipe on one of the pack counters here. Work with the light infantry guns there by Giap, quite impressive. Shem being hammered over the Luftwaffe, Kanonen in the foreground, punching holes in the side arm with the fearsome gun. There you go, another strafe for this time though. Almost losing the mark entirely. Rapsport right here from the eastern fuel point. Giap strikes back for the fatherland, leaving IncaUna a bit disorganized and forced to fall back here under unrelenting German pressure. To the far raining down there on the 5th cal. They almost got Betty free on that one. The Alman is steadily approaching Retiny 4. Betty 3 ace pathfinders moving up in the centre. We've got camp spawning as well. MD for good popping to the pitching rounds, obviously. We got the pen from the Sturmtiger. Now Betty 4 bar is the 5th cal. That is not going to be a great engagement from the Sturmtiger. There we go. Suppressed. Need to retreat. Land guns firing away. But not quite hitting anything. Going for the anti-tank, and he could deny it to IncaUna. That'd be pretty helpful there for Giap, obviously. Moving up. He almost got the anti-tank, and the IncaUna's lacking troops nearby to really assist with that. We got the Freifuhrmann versus the Panther 4 and the Raketen there for Kevin integrating the Sherman return. Almost got the anti-tank. We got a Brandhand gun out there on the line for gun. There you go. Anti-tank gun out. Oh, one has been recruited. Actually, no, he got away with it. He has been recruited. Panther 4 needs to be careful. Half elf already. Close to Veterinary 3. Got the anti-tank gun. Denying IncaUna's vital anti-tank asset here versus Giap. Giap, meanwhile, is definitely in the course of the King Tiger. The Tiger 2. Orbison there for Giap. Going for some elite infantry. Very good. I'm so surprised we haven't seen any fighting Jaegers or paratroopers since they're both quite good infantry. And you up with the advancing pathfinders, force moving up. We got a rifle captain falling up here in the advancing pathfinders. Silify raining down, aiming for holding up. Still noticing the arm pitching on here from Giap. Bit of no sight. Troops pinned down. We got on me, but he's not helping against the artillery. 11 and 5 kills. Machine being hammered there by the American pack howitzers. Giap is ever close to the King Tiger. In fact, his issue might in fact be manpower rather than fuel. Since in fuel he's like a minute or two away from it, and manpower wise we're at least looking like more closer to 3 minutes. Time to hold that closer to the West. Got the folks with the machine gun and suppressed. Also got the pack houses joining in the fun. The line for guns being moved up here to provide necessary support there for Giap's frontline forces versus IncaUna. Trying to take out that MD-34, maybe grab it back here for Deutschland. But so far, most of the shots are missing the mark spectacularly. But there you go, one hit. Bit of quad here. Time for opening up, they're close to 53. Orbits on there, joining in the fun. Jackson's in, shoots, misses the Panther 4. Giap getting out close to that King Tiger. I mean, he's more or less at the fuel now. He just needs that manpower. I mean, he has to play his infantry a bit more conservative along with the support weapons. He wants to get that King Tiger out fast, but at the same time, of course, he still has to fight. But he certainly has to be a bit more cautious about it, a bit more advanced about his tactics here. Machine there is going to hit by artillery, but it's the life guns, I think, being hammered. Barbed one's all being pulled back here for enforcement healing. Of course, that's going to keep it off the field a bit. We want to go for that King Tiger. And there goes smokescreen down here, but I think he's still having a good ground here versus IncaUna for now. Of course, he has to be careful he doesn't like sacrifice too much either to like get the King Tiger out faster, because at that point he might put himself in a position where he can't then actually bounce back here versus IncaUna. Double up pack out to fire this. Taking out the Orbison squad. He's very careful about that since the pack houses are quite good about wiping infantry. Oh, he is reinforcing, so he's slightly delaying the King Tiger again, but makes sense. We'll try and snuff out the pack houses. They was light infantry Geschütz. Of course, routed very close to the east of that Panther 4 Model J. Got the infantry opening up there, slowly approaching that 24. Units being murdered. So reinforcing. So firing. Jackson hammering away. Ground Western Point. Also, there's the MG-34. Machine gun there being hammered by the light guns. Very quiet there. Panther hanging back. Sandbags in the centre. Got also moving up there for Giap as well. Troops hanging back here. MG-34 almost done reinforcing fully. But again, with this, he is delaying the King Tiger further and further, which of course giving IncaUna more time to bring up more armor and tank destroyers, though thankfully for Giap he isn't. So that's great here for Giap, that he's not, I think, being quite as heavily punished for this as he otherwise could be by IncaUna. In fact, right now the entire right flank is wide open here, and certainly something that IncaUna could also consider exploiting versus Giap, but he isn't. It does look like he's setting up for something else. Giap, though, is getting very close to the King Tiger, though. He is very close in terms of manpower, but his troops taking quite beating in the process. In fact, he's lost the Sturmtiger squad. He might even lose the Orbital Dart in here, in fact. No, we do get away with Kevin Cook go down instead. Line gun to pull back, gun 184, in fact, moving towards 25. There we go. Tiger 2, the Koenigsegg out there for Giap and for Deutschland. Equipped with a high velocity hit and the gunsons, one used on the Yak Panther and the Elephant tank destroyers. Ooh, nice hit from the line gun there. Didn't get any kills, for certain made a bit of a splash there. King Tiger setting up back here, reinforcing healing. Should add the pin up machine if possible to the King Tiger. Of course, an MG-34 holding up the Americans at the Eastern Victory Point. Got 232 with a 92. IncaUna in a nicely double Giap at the moment. King Tiger advances, Bristol have been caught, and King Tiger misses. Panther from the eastern side, very close to letting fleet, but not quite there yet either. Put on the F5 from the pack howitzers. Need to forget about that. In fact, they're incredibly low on health already. Oh, and there we go, just wiped. You definitely don't want to be lingering in the area with double pack house active bombarding. That is something that is really bad for your health as infantry. Eventually feed the game for the Panther, increasing mobility and rate of fire, making much more lethal. Air support was called in here by IncaUna to further disrupt here. Giap's position, also have to catch King Tiger. King Tiger scores his first kill on the Pathfinders. P-47 straight for the King Tiger with rockets, but most of them either miss or don't do a lot of damage. Second wave, though, definitely makes a bit more of a splash than him. The impact on the King Tiger. Jackson moves in as well, that gets a penetrating hit on the Koenigsegg. Line for guns are dead bombarding something here. Looks like they're going up for the line. Pack house almost got one of them cleared out as well for that first one. Also, both of them are very close to the ace level. The improved high explosive barrage, I guess, doing their part there in dealing with them. Finding the centre there, bang grenade going off against the armies. The west side field when they secured. King Tiger going up, not for the repair though. Still no replacement jump pads. In fact, Giap has got barely any infantry versus IncaUna. More rockets screaming through the skies, causing more significant damage to the King Tiger. Langraskaya just blasting away here and there. Jackson on the way for IncaUna to help deal with the King Tiger. Need to retreat the Zorbasoldaten. They got the blend curve off here to grab the point, but they're still, I think, at a high risk of getting wiped there. But the American artillery, and there you go, 50 cal push back. We got the ace pack out, and their Orbital squad almost wiped out. That would have been, I think, crashing hit there to Giap if he'd lost them. Since again, he's already incredibly low on infantry, he can't really afford to like keep pushing out infantry squads, though he still has to replace at least one of the losses. Saying not going also very close to the ace level. Surprised he hasn't bothered here with the anti-aircraft much, instead helped a bit with all these aircraft, to be honest. Lance going to find out the captain of the Pathfinders. Pack house has not been recruited there by IncaUna. And we got repair pioneers at the for Giap. That's a very good idea there. Though he definitely should go for some Sturm pioneers. Particularly when he has the King Tiger. I think just relying on the repair pioneers for doing that when he also has a Panther 4 is a bit awfully ambitious there by Giap. And quite frankly, a bit inefficient. Sherman level 2. Swing in to deal with MB-54 in the east. Hey, finally in the centre, we got the resistance backed up with Tipco going for the centre victory point again. Eats out the machine hammer the Sherman, but there go, hit some mine. Giap's Panther 4 could try and take it out here. Blitz in and knock it out. Meanwhile, King Tiger, the centre repairs, got jumpers well for Giap. Very good. Thumbs up finally. Misses the Sherman. That is pretty lucky there for IncaUna. Had he spotted it, he would have destroyed it, and that I definitely think would have been a pretty notable set right there for IncaUna. (16-14), catching the pack out for the overtime. Panther support support as well. There you go. Eventually for game. Almost got the second pack out. That's denying IncaUna's artillery. Of course, we'll still recruit them again. The question, of course, is he will do this with everything else going on against him. But still, his 2 pack outs is gone. Bunkering into the advancing American throng of olive green. Nicely dodged the bunker, but takes some damage. So they go falling from the north, need to shoot the overtime. Panther moving up here. Shoots and misses, even if they're too full, but it actually is quite accurate. Though it still suffers a bonus on movement to penalty, actually, to accuracy. Level 5, it does minimize that penalty's influence. King Tiger's almost good to go there for Giap. 216 versus 346. The captain advances for freedom. Sherming up the eastern side here. Roll score there, and there you go. Finds some tin up here another further and into the pain and miss there of IncaUna's infantry. Going for the eastern victory point, captain advances. King Tiger on the move, another Sherman there for IncaUna, pushing out a lot of armor. In fact, he's going to have double Jackson, double Sherman. That is a significant amount. There we go. King Tiger shoots, also got the penal mount machine there on top. Jackson gets good in the pin. King Tiger second does as well. They could consider laying down a smoke from here to make it harder for the Jackson to shoot at the King Tiger. They'd have to maybe get into range of the King Tiger, some other stuff supporting the King Tiger. That could be a great move there for Giap to perhaps consider. Ooh, almost got the captain there with the Panther 4. Pathfinder's quick with the next target here with the Panther 4. Still almost going to pick up on. There you go. Jackson advancing at King Tiger. Oh, Panther needs to get away there. King Tiger with support. There we go. Misses though. The Kevlar does not. Panther 4 down to half health. IncaUna needs to be careful not to extend too far here in the pursuit for the Panther 4. This could easily bite him in the arse. There we go. Sherman number 2 ready there for IncaUna for freedom and democracy. Going for the western victory point as IncaUna's eyes on the east side. Thumbs up there to Giap. Might even want to go for the fuel point that would deny it here to IncaUna. Noting that IncaUna has a ton of munitions floating at the moment. He could consider researching grenades, by the way. That could give him a significant firepower boost versus Giap's infantry and support weapons. Or of course he might be planning to just spam P-47 rocket strafes once he gets the opportunity to do so. Panther moving up, the ace level, 38 kills. Does need some repairs there. King Tiger moving up, anything but ace. Got the reactions there, nice kill there, wasn't going for the cut-off point. And now there you go, IncaUna calling the P-47 rocket strafe here versus Giap's armored forces here. Screaming in here, rockets, punch holes in the King Tiger's armor. Jackson moving in as well there, could see a loss here for Giap. A brutal push here by IncaUna. King Tiger taking a lot of damage. Jackson too slow to turn with the turrets. Not quite pointing the right target. Time to get 8 rounds for there. Go 1 Jackson down. Almost got the King Tiger. Jackson goes down. No aim for support here. P-47s get the King Tiger, but Giap took out a lot of damage there on IncaUna. He's still pushing with the Sherman. Going to take out the Panther 4. He's attempting to take out the Ace Panther 4. Smokes from the spare Panther quarters. Sherman goes down. Both shots bounce off the Panther 4. Of course, he's firing high special rounds. He forgot to switch to armor piercing. Oh, IncaUna, you silly blighter. Almost got the Ace Lamp gun through there. There's definitely a slip up that might be embarrassing there if he realizes this afterwards. IncaUna took a hell of a beating. He also lost so much infantry in the process. That was not great. He still had to recruit those pack outs. Like, had those been up, he probably might have been able to do more than that assault, to be honest. Wait, that was a big win there for Giap. Sure, he lost his King Tiger, but he can actually replace it soon. Meanwhile, IncaUna's going to have a much harder time replacing all the losses he suffered. He needs to reinforce, he needs to recruit these, and he needs to do some damage there to Giap before it's too late. German charging ahead here for democracy and freedom here, right to the midst here of Giap's front line. For there you go, Panther nearby. Fine switching on the arm, pitching up, taking heavy fire from the Schwer punch course, and gets knocked out. IncaUna perhaps a bit tilted and wanting to take some more risky moves here versus Giap as he's feeling the frustration, the anger. Instead, just causing him to make more mistakes. Troops reinforcing healing. What is he planning? He cancels the Sherman. Giap reinforcing a lot of his troops, so no King Tiger number 2. Maybe a Panther, maybe a Panther 4 more. Or perhaps he's actually planning a King Tiger, just delayed it, but it's hard to say what IncaUna's plan. There you go, going for the Jackson tank, so I was obviously worried about the armor and possibly more King Tigers. Ace Panther being fixed up. 41 kills on this veteran crew. Thumbs up there to Giap for some good unit preservation. Ram being shot to bits with the Oberstdorf and the artillery. 17 and 17. We've got a smotion here from Giap. Very good. Pack cards meanwhile are standing silent. There you go. Smotion there. Thumbs up to Giap. Going for the Russian victory point. We've got 214 was 234. Giap's almost caught up to IncaUna in terms of victory points.
Our supply line just got cut off.
So there we go. Grab the center victory point. Jackson almost done there for IncaUna. 6th Armored Division is looking battered and bruised here against the Germans, whereas Giap in the 2nd Panzerdivision is looking overall, I think, much healthier. Panther advancing there. Shot fired there. Oberstdorf holding up this assault with the MG-34 as well there. Pathfinders being, well, shown a path to hell. Quite explosively, and there go Bunker goes off in the Oberstdorf. Got the Jackson advancing there to take on the Panther 4, and there goes 2nd King Tiger as well here for Giap. Certainly promising to add here to Mr. IncaUna's misery if he's not cautious. Jackson moving about here. King Tiger advancing there for Giap. Moving in there. Pin launching the way there. Rifles got routed. In the south here, we've got the Jacks being pushed back. Bit of quiet. Then we go 214, 205. IncaUna's in a bit of a bad place. Like, he's got a much smaller force. Giap does not. He's got the Ace Panther 4. He's got the King Tiger. He's got the infantry. He's got all the artillery. IncaUna Federation still hasn't tried bothering recruiting the pack houses. Definitely think a bit of an oversight there by him. Definitely a bit of an oversight there by him. I think it is safe to say. Moving up for the Western victory point, the infantry advancing, Jackson moving in as well, grenade off as well there from the Germans, Banhand Granate. Panther 4 shooting here, getting some nice hits, Jackson number 2 on the way for IncaUna, could also go on the P-47 rocket strafe. Further disrupt Giap's manoeuvres. There we go, got in the Panther 4. Of course, will he remember to pop the air support there, anti-aircraft mode there. Rockets flying after the King Tiger, with most of them miss. Going for the center point, shoot being suppressed, taking heavy fire there, 19 arm piercing rounds. Should have done that. King Tiger with a damaged engine. Going for the Russian victory point, we've got 214, 134. Need to fix up that Koenigsegger and fix it up schnell. Going for the center victory point with the goals on here. We got half H-54 on those troops reinforcing healing. Aircraft was shot down and head down into the flank emplacements. Aircraft shot down. One of them taking up with the King Tiger and his penlight machine gun. Right in the Obersoldaten. Got 214 to 131. Jackson's on the move here. How will IncaUna handle this? He's running increasingly short of infantry. He's going placing them, but he's still like heavy velocity stuff. He's going for the King Tiger here. IncaUna's had enough. These goddamn King Tigers. Pathfinder's the Obersoldaten. Langraskaya is going to blast away there. 18 and 18 kills. They're keeping quite well apace. Going for that machine gun here. He's trying to silence it. Jackson pushed back there, taking heavy damage. Almost got the 5th car. And there you go. Ralph pulled out there. Almost got the machine gun there with the lantern guns. Oh, almost got the Pathfinder as well there. But they do both escape in the end. Well, the survivors of the units do, not the rest of the unit. Obviously, they're dead beyond all measure. It's got 214 to 113. Fixing up the King Tiger once more. Back in action. IncaUna's options right now looking pretty slim. All victor under control of Giap as well. He's down to 102 versus Giap's 214. 5th car being hold. MG34 being hold 4. That's not a 5th car. We got more Sturm points for Giap. Interesting pick at this point in the match. Right advancing at the full is. Need to retreat them. That's the fire bringing down there from the double light infantry shots. Run being suppressed. Got Jackson out of IncaUna.
We're down to 75 goddamn points.
74 points.
Crew ready. Armor here.
Jackson moving about. Going in for the booby trap point. Hey Carl, look, donuts. No, don't! God damn it! You idiot! Storm's moving in there, pushing back the Pathfinders. Jackson moving about. The King Tiger forward, taking a hit from the Jackson tank. Destroy King Tiger shoots, misses. Finding the centre of our squad being suppressed there, but the infantry for Langraskaya squad wiped them out there. IncaUna once more backing off. Not really making much progress here as the Germans is down to 61 versus Giap's 214. The situation is most dire here for the Americans. Tactical meshes of the most drastic kind are needed to turn this side around, or he is very much lost. Also, I'm going to clearly almost wiping up one of the vehicle repair crews. They've been pretty awkward there for IncaUna at this point in the state of the fighting. Going back to the centre victory point, going for the western one as well. Got the centre there, almost got the western one. Paratroopers on the way there for IncaUna. Dropping them down. Finally going for some paratroopers. It just feels awful early here for IncaUna because that was up much sooner. But here we are. Bouncing the western mix one, got 50 versus 214. Double Jackson's flying there. You could actually, I think, flank up through here. Just get up behind IncaUna, try and hit him from here. With the King Tiger and the Panther 4 going for the eastern point there. Strong Pioneers laying down mines aplenty. And there you go with the King Tiger setting it off as well. The unit gets wiped out. A brutal blow there to IncaUna. Pathfinder's going for the centre victory point. Air support called in as well here. Could again try and pop this one here, but he's going to do that. Rockets reaching West Jackson as well there. Panther 4 taking a ton of damage from the P-4s from the Jacksons. The Jacksons need to get the King Tiger in. Again, need to activate this. Jackson seeing the assault here, past the line guns, past the Orbison, past the machine guns, right with the line guns in fact. Barely live. King Tiger going in here. Shoots. Gets good hit on the Jackson tank destroyers. Orbison going for the centre victory point. We've got 214 versus 29. King Tiger has access to spearhead mode now. Jackson's main gun knocked out. Unit wiped out as well. Heavy losses there for IncaUna. Almost got the other Jackson as well there. And the Jackson clip, there we go. IncaUna surrenders. GG. Game over. Lost there for IncaUna. Victory for Giap and the German army. A brutal fight here on Langraskaya. In the end, I feel like IncaUna just kind of failed to make use of these fully. In the end, he should have crewed them, but I also think just gapping up, really just throwing him a bit off the double anti-guns. You just don't see this from the other commanders, and I think they also played a significant role. IncaUna, I think, just struggled with him. They're really frustrating him, and so I think that's also part of it. He also just trying to flank around Giap more. I think that helped a bunch there. So there you go. Hope you got this match. Learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Impel Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.